Bro?
Yeah.
Vin Diesel's a terrible actor.
Oh, no question about it, but he is strangely charismatic.
I am quite confused by Vin. I like him a little bit. I mean, I like him.
I like him quite a bit.
But he's bad at acting. He's not cool. He doesn't sell the dialogue. He's cool. He's like what a dork would think is cool. He's pretty handsome in this movie.
Oh.
There was a couple shots in this where I was like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Vin was good looking.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm picturing him in other movies. And, I mean, he's got muscles.
He's of a time where you can have muscles, but you don't need to be shredded. You know? The dude pulls off his shirt now, and it's just like, what is this, a biology exam? Does this find the, whatever, muscle? He just was a built dude. He's not tall. No, I don't know if you know that.
Little guy?
I think he's like 5, I think he's my height. Or maybe like 5'11".
How tall are you?
5'9".
You're a little guy?
Mm-hmm. Tom Cruise.
5'2". He's not 5'9". Is Tom Cruise 5'9"?
I believe so.
I thought he was smaller than that.
Oh.
He was standing on those after
that could be. Maybe he's 5'5".
5'7".
Ben's not that big either, man. I mean, The Rock's only like 6'1", maybe.
I mean, if you tell me like a actor's like 5'8", 5'9", I don't think of them as short.
I don't either, because that's me.
They're like 5'2", 5'3", 5'4".
Well, it's not the height that's like disgusting or alarming. It's just that they
disgusting or alarming. I'm surprised when people are tiny.
It's just that they make them appear larger, as if there's a stigma to having a guy who's just slightly below average.
I guess I'll go get my notes. I have like 6 notes.
Pitch Black, the year 2000, exactly 1 year after The Matrix. It's an hour and 49 minutes long. It's rated R as well.
This movie is too long.
A little bit. Yeah, the last half hour, you're sitting there thinking, boy, there's another half hour.
Yeah, you're like, well, why have we just been hanging on this planet for so long?
Why? I think the problem is the characters need to die faster. There's too much gulf between some of the deaths. And then when they hit, they're just like anticlimactic because you're like, well, I didn't spend any of that time with this person.
Well, I guess we're going to kill off more of those little Muslim boys. Let's just keep killing those little Muslim boys.
Yeah, boy, left and right. It's like, how many of these do you got?
3. They kill them off one by one.
So the tagline for the movie is...
No one in space, no one can hear you scream.
Boy, wouldn't that be something? Somebody should use that. It's fight evil with evil. Right?
God damn it.
It was an estimated $23 million budget. Gross worldwide, $53 million. So it wasn't like a massive hit, but clearly it was enough.
You referred to this as a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still stand by that?
I think it's a good movie that's just aged.
Where was this filmed?
Australia. It was filmed in the South Australian outback mining town of Coober Pedy.
Is that like Wolf Creek? Is that where Ivan Miller was killing all those bakepickies?
Well, it was where they filmed the desert scenes for Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Tramis?
A couple other movies as well.
Tramis?
Radha Mitchell, she is Australian.
She's got that really long name, right?
I don't speak Australian. Radha Mitchell would later star opposite actress Alexa Davalos in a movie called Feast of Love. Okay? Alexa Davalos plays the Jack character in the third Riddick movie. They replaced the actress. They got a hot young number to be in it.
In the third one or the second one?
The third one. The second one is with Carl Urban, Judi Dench. Yeah, I always got like Ghost.
I thought I saw the third one. Isn't the third one basically the first one?
Kind of, yeah. He's stranded on a planet.
Yeah.
But it's the planet with a jail in it, and Jack's in jail there.
Fuck, I thought I have no memory of that. Mm-hmm. I remember him hanging out with like an alien dog, and there's
that's in there too. Yeah,
after him because he's remember the first 20 minutes of it.
He's living on a planet. Yeah, remember he fights that big scorpion snake in the water. It's poisonous, and he's taking poison, and he's poisoning the dog so they can get immune to it. And then he fights it, but I think it might kill the dog. Anyways, back to why we are here. Pitch Black, right? So, of course, it's got Radha Mitchell, and it's got Cole Hauser in it. Everybody knows Cole Hauser. He was in the Fast and the Furious 2.
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
The one that Vin Diesel isn't in.
Well, he's also... Are you sure he's not in that one? He's not in Tokyo Drift.
He's at the end of it.
Oh, God.
Holy shit.
Hi, Bruno.
Hey, dog.
I think he looked like you thought he'd never see you again. Bruno, what are you doing here?
He's all right.
I want to pet you.
Just pet him. He's all right. So it starts off, right? They're all in cryosleep.
Yep.
Because they're on a long journey. But for some reason, Vin Diesel isn't. Is that punishment?
I think maybe.
And so something happens.
It seems like a laser blast
bullet
through the hole, you know?
Right. Radha Mitchell, she's awake. There's another dude who seems to have some sort of a role on the ship. He's talking in a chair.
Yeah.
She's up in the front, like we're about to crash into this planet. We're way off course.
We gotta get rid of all these people, let them die.
The company says we are responsible for every single one of those people, Fry.
What, we both die out of sheer fucking nobility?
Figure out how to land this fucking ship. But she does try to dump him. She's like, I'm doing it. But the guy had already gotten down there and jammed the door.
Is that what happened?
So she couldn't, when she pumps the thing, it won't.
That's what's
jettison, yeah. So now.
It just didn't work.
No, now there's no choice.
Okay.
And, I mean, they fucking crash, man.
This is intense, actually. I found this quite intense.
I did too, and I like that, she was afraid, of course, but she was right there, man.
Yeah.
She's in the cockpit. Glasses in her face. She gets buried in dirt.
Yep.
Because, it's a crash. But everybody pretty much dies except for, the 10 characters? You got the Imam. He's got 3 boys with him. You got Shaza. We got the Dandy Fop.
You know their names?
Just because I wrote that one down. Okay. Obviously, I'm calling him Dandy Fop. No. That's what he is. He's an antiques dealer /
Oh, I thought that was one of the boys.
Smuggler. He's French, maybe?
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
He's probably Australian, too.
These are bad.
We got Riddick. We got Johns. There's another dude who's also Australian who's got salt and pepper hair. Reminds me of the guy from them Flanagans.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Later on, there's another guy that eventually finds his way back from the crash.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like detritus everywhere.
Oh, man, look, Dominic Purcell made it. He's coming over.
Bam, bam, bam. Well, first she almost killed. I thought she was just going to kill him. And then they're going to be like, oh, no. No, she doesn't. But so they crash land. And the guy that was with Radha Mitchell, he's dead now, too, because he got stabbed. He's dying.
Not right away. Yeah, dying.
There's some anesthopene in the medlock in the back of the cabin.
And he goes, ain't nothing there now, sister. Right? Because we think because it's a crash. But we later find out that's not the case. And so she's like, leave me. You think she kills him? Or just cradles him while he died?
Oh, I assume she cradled him while he died. But
I assume she suffocated him. Put him out of his misery.
Awful.
You have to.
I mean, if somebody can shoot you in the head, that's one thing. I don't know if I want you to suffocate me.
They do it in Jerry. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, he finds a road.
Oh, that's a bad... Oh, man.
Poor Casey Affleck.
That's not a bad movie. I actually like that movie, but...
I'll never watch it again, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Tough.
Isn't that based on a true story?
Oh, I'm
I think
sure.
That's true.
I'm absolutely sure. That shit happens all the time, bro.
All the time. Is it happening to you right now?
It is.
Are we Jerry? Are we out in the desert?
I'm just thinking, the dog or Jason, who's going to be my dinner?
Really?
Yeah.
You have to think of?
I do. Because I don't eat meat. So it's, do I go with an animal or do I go with a human?
Wow.
Are you meat? That's the question I'm
It's pretty gross, though. I smoke.
grappling with.
I smoke cigarettes. Do you want this?
Nope.
Thank you. Antidepressants.
Yep. So now they're just trying to figure out what's going on.
Oh, man, I see trees up there.
There's trees, there's water. What do their backpacks do? Is that oxygen or is that water?
No, that's what Jenny and I were talking about. Like, they're so excited to find that liquor and be able to drink that, but they're clearly drinking water.
Is that what that is? Because I wasn't sure if it was like, because didn't they say the oxygen is thin, maybe?
Yeah, like you're not getting as much air as you need.
So I thought
why didn't that come back ever?
I thought maybe they were, because they're running like crazy.
Yeah, they adjust to it.
I thought it was that's maybe what they were puffing on. Because if they have camelbacks, why are you worried about, obviously you'll find water, but
it's stupid.
So Riddick's escaped.
Yeah.
As well. He's in the wind. And we know he's dangerous. Right, because they say
Cole Hauser told us.
So do we just keep him locked up forever?
Oh, no, that'd be my choice.
Is he really that dangerous?
Only around humans.
So he's like, look, we got to find water, but we also got to be careful for Riddick because he'll kill you.
Well, maybe you just come back and skull fuck you in your sleep.
So yeah, the antique guy, he's got like tribal weapons.
I hate that guy.
He's a
He's such a stupid.
He takes far too long to die.
But he has, that's one of the most memorable scenes of the entire movie.
That's a good scene. It's not Bones. It's not trees. It is Bones.
Yes.
Big ass fucking Bones.
Why isn't anything living on this planet?
It's a dead planet. Mass extinction. You know.
Hey, wait a minute. What the fuck's that over there?
It's a farm.
They're buildings.
Let's go. And Riddick's slinking around. He hears Radha Mitchell confess to Cole Hauser.
Things were at their worst. Owens was at his best. He's the one that stopped the docking pilot from dumping the main cabin.
But she didn't, because the other guy was a better man. Cole Hauser was like, well, fuck. Okay. Thanks for the honesty.
I guess I'm a little more glad to be here than I thought.
And Riddick cuts her hair and he sniffs it.
Why does he do that?
Richard B. Riddick, baby.
Yep. Is his name's Richard B. Riddick?
It is.
Dick Riddick?
Yeah. Apparently.
Dick B. Riddick.
Apparently, Jack's name was, God, I want to say it's Jack B. Bad with 2 D's. But John's, he has a first name and an initial.
Yeah.
They really named these people, you know? So, Johns does fight Riddick slightly, gets him under control, put them back in the chains. Radha Mitchell comes up at him like, "Sup, bruh?" Oh, cause, the Australian guy's burying bodies?
No.
Yeah, he's dragging corpses on a sled up to a
Is that what
throne.
he's doing?
Yeah. But I'm like, clearly he didn't dig that hole.
I thought they were just exploring and he happened to find that little opening to the...
I think they say he's burying bodies. Because I think when he looks down and he notices the hole is empty, he's alarmed. And that's why he goes down and he sees that hole. Because I don't think that hole was originally there. I think they smelled the corpses, dug out, and sucked them in. So he sticks his head in there.
That's fucking terrible.
And they kill him immediately.
Yeah.
Yet Radha Mitchell's able to walk in and...
What is this?
Set up camp?
He's got a gun, too? He's firing it?
He's shooting a gun. Cole Hauser gave him a gun.
They're just pulling him in.
Because he killed the straggler. Because the guy comes up, she almost kills him, but he's like, "Oh man, people are alive," and then bam, his head explodes. Okay. Is that Riddick? Did I get him? They're like, "Nah, bruh. You just killed Tony." So he gets sucked into the hole, immediately murdered. And that's when Shaza runs up and she sees Riddick.
With his little bone knife.
Yep.
His little unicorn horn.
Yep.
Nice.
And she's like, "Oh my God, he killed this guy." And Riddick runs away. And that's when Cole Hauser gets him, and then Shaza kicks him in the face.
Yeah.
Knocks him out. They don't got water. All they got is alcohol. And now they're chaining Riddick up. But Radha Mitchell's like, "You said that you heard something."
You mean the whispers?
When that guy was getting killed.
What whispers?
"What did you hear?" And he's like, "Come closer, baby." Nah, sugar. You gotta smell my sweat.
It's a metallic taste. Copperish. If you cut it with peppermint snaps, that goes away.
That's not your, you don't use that when you pick up on chicks?
You smell my sweat?
Yeah. Get close enough to smell my sweat, baby. So, he kind of lunges at her, but he's cool about it.
He's fucking with her.
Yeah, he's just testing him.
All you people are so scared of me. Most days I take that as a compliment. But it ain't me you gotta worry about now.
Because he's intrigued by the fact that she almost killed everybody. He's like, this thing makes me go,
This lady's got some balls.
She might be Mrs. Riddick.
Yeah. Does he ever have girlfriends in these things?
No. He ain't got time for girlfriends.
I mean, they've been Vin Dielsel in general in movies.
He has that kid. He looks after her.
What kid?
Jack.
Oh, okay.
She becomes his slight protege.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you haven't been doing your accent. What the hell? So, they're like, "Hey, look, for some reason we know there's a farm over yonder. Riddick, we need you to come with us. We're gonna let you free. But, just be cool, man.
Get cool, boy.
And he takes the gun from John, puts it on his face. He's like,
We have a deal.
Want you to remember this moment.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's not that they're not setting them free to go to the farm. They know the monsters are coming. They managed to figure out that every 22 years it gets dark.
not yet.
No, that's
Not
not
yet.
why they set them free?
No, they set him free just because they're like, we might need you to do stuff. Because
Sex stuff?
they find the farm. She did see the mechanism, but she has no idea what it means at this point. they're like, there's a ship here though. So they're like, Riddick, we're going to cut you free because we need you to help us haul shit. So they're doing that. And that's when she goes into the hole before that, and she's just fucking wandering around. Hey, anybody in here? And nobody's attacking her immediately. But eventually they start to come out, and she has to climb out of this mound.
Well, she finds a foot, and then they're creeping at her.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a rope attached.
Can't go back, because they're blocking the door.
Are they, though?
It seemed like it.
This is also dumb.
She gets sucked back in, but she's fine. You know, so now they're like, okay, shit's percolating here. And Vin Diesel's shaking his chains when she's in there.
Why is he doing that?
I can hear it.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah, he's pumped up because of the violence.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
The animal?
Yes.
Stupid.
Yes, they equate him to an animal. He's living on the edge.
I like this movie so much more in the year 2000. I was really looking forward to it.
So, you know, basically what they're trying to do is get to this fucking ship. However, one of the idiot boys goes into a place that he shouldn't, and then bat things fucking kill him.
Yeah, they eat him up good.
And the imam's like, what the hell? And they're, you know, so they're like, okay, wait a second. Shit's going on here. There's dead bodies down there.
What year is this supposed to take place?
2287 or something?
2678.
This space Muslim thing bothers me a lot.
Okay.
It seems weirdly insulting and like...
What about it? The fact that he's Muslim?
No, I mean, kind of. The fact that they're in these stupid robes still 300 years from now in the future, and they just happen to be on the ship with the
what should they be wearing?
And then...
Well, he's on a Hajj.
Very odd that they're dressed like in these weird, not even contemporary outfits. They seem like they're from Indiana Jones.
People wear that shit now.
That specific thing?
Kinda.
Where?
Well, but they're all like fringe. There's a lot of fringe Christian groups downtown.
But it's what planets are we even on anymore? They're going to New Mecca, which seems also insulting.
The planet that they're on, they don't know what it is.
No, I know, but they were planning on going to New Mecca.
Well, so what I'm saying is I'm trying to back you up here.
Okay.
Because there's so many planets that there are planets that they don't even know what they are.
Right.
Although you can apparently breathe just fine on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems kind of odd. It's in, I don't know. It's like, hey, Muslims, go live on this planet. Kind of a thing. Like, does Earth not exist?
Yeah, okay. So what, there's no humanoid aliens around them. They're flying all around the universe. There's all these different planets, and there's still just like a handful of Australians, four Muslim people in garbs going to New Mecca.
Mm-hmm. And a French guy or something.
So it just seems, I don't know, it's odd. It stood out to me as very odd. And it's Keith David too doing it. It's like, I don't know, it seemed very...
He is doing an accent.
1999, 2000... I don't know.
He is doing an accent.
You don't find it off-putting at all?
Well, no. I mean, I'm not for dumb accents, the cultural-based religious dumb accents. So that is a little silly and offensive. But this just sort of seems like a universe where humans have evolved enough to do interstellar travel. But much like our universe, we're the only life form in it. Other than monsters.
It seems like if there was Muslims traveling in space, they would not have that weird garb. They would be in, normal clothes. But I guess everybody's wearing stupid clothes in this. It's all tank tops and fucking whatever pants.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It seems really odd that they're dressed like that 300 years in the future.
I mean, I guess. I didn't really...
No.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It should have just been a made-up religion.
Sure.
One that's cropped up in the next 250 years or whatever.
I just feel like regular clothes of some sort also.
I guess.
Has been helpful.
It looks like they're wearing Oriental rugs.
Okay.
And that's not racist, because it's an object.
None of these three kids have any personality whatsoever.
Also, they don't speak English, the majority of them, either. They only speak Arabic, I think. Are they speaking Arabic? Can you tell? I don't either. Anyways, so we're in motion. We know there's
to shave our heads with poop gel.
What was that?
Yeah, it's like gel from the fuel gel.
Did you notice later that his hair wasn't actually perfectly cut?
No, it looked the same.
It looked like what you would do with a knife and no mirror. There's like a patch here. I like that. Jack has... Damn, why did I go so loud there? Jack has been taking a shining to Vin Diesel and now cuts their hair. They're a boy in this movie.
Yeah.
Up to a certain point.
Oh?
And then it's revealed that they're not a boy.
Because they're bleeding from their vagina.
They're on their period.
Snitch.
On flows in town.
Yep.
But we're not there yet.
Wedding.
Yeah. So we know there's monsters, right? And they seem to be pretty badass.
What?
Pretty badass.
Do they though?
Yeah.
I'm a little confused about these monsters.
They're vicious.
There's two different kinds. There's the little bat monster.
I think they're just the small ones. Kids and adults.
Creatures were not nearly as cool as I remember either.
Well, is it because they only have 2 legs?
Not that there's anything.
They don't have front arms.
I guess I thought they were crawling around more like walking around like Starship Troopers bugs instead of the
kind of like manta rays
around.
But anyways, we know that there's aliens at least.
Yeah.
They do find water in the solar farm, so they're like, oh, banging, you know? But then they find all these corpses, and Radha Mitchell finds a core sample because they're mining guys, dated from 22 years prior. And then she says, now, wait a second. I'm going to go look at this diorama over here, because I think I just figured out that the sun's about to set for an undetermined amount of time.
I think it's like a year?
I had the impression from the model. The 2 planets were moving as one, and there would be a lasting darkness.
I mean...
It's at 30 days of night.
It's got to be long and... Well, that's the thing, is that the mining colony, they were apparently just idiots and locked themselves in the sturdiest building that also had a hole in it that led down to where the creatures come from.
Yeah.
They were probably caught off guard. They didn't know. And maybe they did because they built a diorama. I don't know.
Seems like they would have come across the monsters at some point prior to this.
But they built that diorama, so they should have known that it was going to come. And they had a spaceship.
Very convenient. They just sort it all out.
It's got to be long enough that it's unreasonable to survive when you have resources, let alone when you don't. So they're like, hey, we're going to put power cells into the ship. We can jerry-rig it, but we're not going to do it until the last minute because we don't want, A, we don't know when the eclipse is coming. And B, we don't want Riddick because we know that he's a pilot to be able to kill us and steal this and leave.
Even though obviously just get those fuel cells and get them in the thing and get out of there.
If we bring the cells up at the last possible minute, when the wings are ready, when we know we're ready,
You know, he
to
hasn't
launch.
harmed any of us. As far as I can tell, he hasn't even lied to us. Let's just stick to the deal, John.
He's a killer.
So they're using like a little buggy that's solar powered. And they drive back to the thing because they're like, oh shit, you know what? It looks like it's about to happen because we can see the planet coming into orbit that's going to block the sun. And it's massive and it's moving fast as all hell. So this shit is imminent. So they roll back to the camp. They start filling up the cells and shit. It's like, too late, Jack. You know, it's over. Game over.
That's it, man.
Game over, man.
It's game over.
Yeah, he knows it. And so the sun goes down or whatever. It's blocked. If you want to be technical about it. And the creatures just start coming out of the fucking woodwork, man. They're just coming.
Shooting out of those tubes that Radha was in earlier.
They look like ant hills and termite mounds.
There's bats everywhere.
And Riddick's just loving it. You know, he's got hard nipples, takes off his glasses because he wears goggles. He can't see in the light. He can see in the dark, but he doesn't do so well in the light, so he wears little goggles.
He's so smug.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
You're not afraid of the dark, are you?
I don't have any fear in my body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at all those man-eating monsters.
You know what he says?
Millions of them.
One word.
Hot.
Close. You were damn close. And so they're like, oh shit. And they go back into the house or the ship that had crashed, but there's stuff in there making noises. So, you know, they're trying to figure out, what do we fucking do, man? We have a couple of lights and such. And so the one chick, she's dead. She died in front of Riddick while they were running back to the ship.
Oh yeah, she gets sliced right in half.
They're like, stay down. Mm-mm. She gets up. Riddick's loving it.
I don't have friends. I got family.
So it's the fancy guy who's just really a turd. The imam, at least 2 boys, Radha Mitchell, Cole Hauser, and Vin Diesel.
I love it when you go through the list of the people that are left. I've heard you do this in some of the podcasts when I added them.
Because so far only 3 people have died.
Yeah.
And one of them wasn't even a character. He just happened along.
Regular.
So they're in there and they're just like, what do we do? Another one of the boys dies in this
Oh yeah,
Vin Diesel's
he's stealth, but he gets scared.
Vin Diesel's hiding and he's learning. You know? Not much, but he eventually learns that they have a blind spot.
Yeah, man, that shit's amazing.
At least.
But it's great.
Is it because it was holding a bone and smashed into a rock and killed it? Why was he like putting a bone up to the mouth like, this is the blind spot?
I mean, I thought he just figured where the eyes were, like on each side of that hammerhead shark.
I guess, but he was holding up a bone. That looked like I don't know, whatever. Who knows? Yeah. We'll never know.
No.
They didn't even write it in.
Text David too.
He doesn't even know. That's the thing about Riddick.
Oh.
He exists outside of the movies.
Okay.
They're just filming him. They're documenting it. So they're like, all right, here's the deal. Radha's like, I'm big nuts now. Okay. Cole Hauser's been doping. We find that out. He's putting needles in his eyeballs.
That's so fucking crazy. This is the best way to get morphine into your system. Shoot it. Not into your eyeballs, into that little section.
The tear duct.
The tear duct.
Yeah. Apparently that was Cole Hauser's idea. Hey, why don't you do this?
It's so gross.
So he stole the morphine to dope up because he got shanked. Radha Mitchell's in his face like, you're just a fucking... She calls him something.
You're basic.
And he goes, girl, you don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. I got stabbed. And as a result of that, now I have to do drugs.
Yeah.
All the time. You get it now? And she's like, oh man, I didn't know.
I didn't know you got stabbed.
Yeah, that changes everything, bruh.
The other guy died in pain. Murdered.
Right.
You got stabbed. You get the heroin.
You deserve it. You won. You're alive. He's not. So she's like, look, we got to get these power cells there. That's the only thing. And Cole Hauser's like, why don't we just not do that and stay inside? Huddle up. You know, there's no food. There's no water.
He's got morphine.
At least one vial. But he hid in a bullet. Did you see that?
He's got that box.
That's a box of shells.
But it's...
I think he hid the morphine in an empty bullet casing.
Oh.
But he's got a box full of shells. I think. Unless I missed it.
I thought he had a crazy amount of morphine.
I think he just pulled out a thing and he had 2 vials. And he put one in the gun and... So he's running out.
Oh, that's not good.
No, and...
You should want to get on that ship then.
And I think she even says, like, you don't gotta fucking stop, bruh. You know, you're just as bad off as we are.
You're gonna get the shakies.
So she's like, let's use all of the torches that we have.
Let's Tron this bitch.
We're gonna put this bad boy in a sled, and we're gonna just pull it, man. And in Vin Diesel, you're gonna be our eyeballs. Why would I do that? He says, I think.
Because we'll say thank you.
He's like, fuck it. All right. But Cole Hauser's still got the idea, like, we're gonna screw Riddick. Riddick pretty much knows what's going on.
Of course.
He confronts Radha Mitchell. You know, he flirts with her a little bit. It's very respectable and old-fashioned. But he's also like, you know, don't fuck with me.
Does Vin Diesel have kids in real life?
I would assume so.
You assume so?
I would.
I'd say he almost seems asexual.
That's a good point. He's too sexual. That's the problem.
He's not.
Nobody can, yeah, oddly enough. Oh, he's from Alameda County, California.
Hell yeah.
He has 3 children.
Oh, really?
They all have the last name
Diesel?
Oh, his name, Sinclair.
His name isn't Vin Diesel?
His name is Mark Sinclair.
His first name isn't even Vin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know why he went with Vin Diesel. I'm sure there's a story.
Well, that's a good name. It's stupid.
Well, sure, but, you know, usually you'd be like Mark Diesel.
Is that Jack Baum?
You know? So they just suit up in glow sticks and shit.
Yep.
And they're
going to the rave.
They're running and gunning and
raving.
He's like, oh, by the way, she's a girl and she's on her period and
they're gonna smell it. They like blood, like a shark's.
Yep. And so Radha's like, wait a second. We just went over our tracks. Is he leading us in a circle? What's going on? You don't hear?
No, I did. Are you at the rave now, though?
Yeah. I'm doing Mr. Domo Arigato. So he's like, I don't remember why he's doing it. Because...
It's to get rid of Cole Hauser, I think.
Well, but he tells them he's doing it for a specific reason.
Canyon ahead. I circled once to buy some time to think.
I think we should go now.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's death row up there.
Cole Hauser approaches him and he's like, hey, well, no. So right before that, I think that's when the guy freaks out and he runs away. He crawls away.
Yeah, he fucks everything up, unplugs all the lights.
Yep. So they start using Molotov.
Use that. That's so dumb. I'm going to crawl off into the darkness to be eaten.
I was supposed to die in France. Never ever saw France.
So he's got a lighter and he's got a bottle of alcohol. And he gets cut. And he's just on the ground like, oh, I don't want to die. And so he
pierced through the guts, or is it just a slice?
It's a slice. Hard to say. So he takes a swig of the alcohol, lights the lighter, and it lights up around him, and there's just
monsters shriek back
everywhere.
They're all ready to eat him.
As soon as it goes dark.
It's great. That was in the trailer, right?
Mm-hmm. It was the trailer.
It is like the most memorable scene of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
The monsters look cool. They don't look weird or fake.
But it's really quite scary to think.
Quite evocative.
Waiting for you in the dark.
Yeah, and it's a momentary, fleeting glimpse of the doom that's right before you.
That's great. David Twohy's career, you can have one just based on that image.
So, at this point, Cole Hauser, he fights Riddick. Riddick, disarms him. Slices him up. The monsters come down and they kill him. And everybody's scattered at this point.
Chomp his head.
I think. It's starting to rain. The monsters are also killing each other above them. It's raining blue goo. Because I guess they're just mindless killers.
Why is it upset? I know, I was wondering this too.
I don't get why he's like...
They're in a feeding frenzy. Yeah, why would they be scared to look up? They know they're up there.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're killing each other. It's upsetting?
I'm like, maybe the blood's on them, so...
Wouldn't we just be pumped that there's less?
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't matter much, please kill some.
Right, like, who cares, Vin? Why are you so sentimental all of a sudden, right? So they split up. Vin basically abandons them. Radha, Jack, and Imam are in a cave.
Vin...
Their lights slowly...
barrels them, puts a rock in front of it and traps them.
I think, yeah, and their lights slowly dying, but they find some glow bugs.
Oh, God, yeah.
And they put the glow bugs in a jar. Radha Mitchell takes one jar and she's like, I'm going to go, get to the ship and I'll come back for you. And Imam and Jack are just in there as the monsters are sort of slowly packing away. And so Radha gets to the ship.
No problem. Suddenly the monsters aren't a problem.
Right before...
She walks to the ship.
Yeah, right.
Even though it's supposed to be so dangerous.
Yeah.
The monsters are only dangerous when it's convenient for the movie. There's
absolutely
moments where it's not an issue.
There's millions of them.
But they're busy doing something?
So we see the little ones earlier when they kill the one boy, and it's broad fucking daylight in there. The thing opens. That's what startles them. And they're just flying around, killing him. No problem. They reach out and grab that guy. If those bodies really were what I thought they were, they reached out and grabbed the bodies. Light hurts them, but it doesn't just blow them up instantaneously. And what harms them? What about the light?
Yeah,
the UV content?
The bug isn't going to be putting out the same situations, the lights that are powered.
The flame, I could see that, but she hurts them with a flashlight. Yeah. But why with the glow stick? It's blue.
Very stupid.
Hard to say what's going on with the logic of this movie, but it's not important. That's the perfect part.
Okay.
So she runs in the van and he's like, damn, girl, get in, Are you going to go my way? I
was not expecting that.
I don't know where it came from, but I went with it. It just I channeled it, man. And so he's like, get on, girl. So she's like, I can't leave them. And he's like, yeah, seriously, you can.
Yeah.
No. And she crumbled and he goes, look, I'll carry you on if you need me to, girl. You're my woman now. So she flips him around and puts a knife on him or something. And she's like, motherfucker, I'm the captain. We're going to save them. And then he spins her around and shoots her between his legs. Did you see that part? He's like manipulating her body like a child.
I guess.
Incredibly funny. He puts a knife to her throat and goes, you going to die for them? She goes, yeah, man, I will. And he goes, interesting.
Uh-huh.
And so he goes with her.
Yeah, I guess we'll get him, even though I sentenced him to death.
And so they're running back. Something happens where he gets separated. And Imam, they get to the ship, him and Jack, and they go, Radha Mitchell, leave him. Who cares about him? Let's go. It's like, you of all people, Imam, right? So Vin's fighting for his life. And she comes back for him and she finds him. But he's just fucked up. Big time. He's cut. He's bleeding. He's whimpering. He can barely stand.
And still the monsters are not swarming them.
No.
Millions of them. He's covered in blood. Okay.
Sure. I guess. So what happens? That classic thing where two characters are looking at each other and one's been stabbed. We hear the stab sound.
Oh, yeah.
But it's unclear who's been stabbed.
Right. Well, I mean, it seems like Vin stabs her.
It seems like Vin stabs her. Nope. The monster stabbed her.
Yeah.
I suck her away.
Completely forgot she dies in this.
I thought she got cut in half. That's what I remember.
Glad she didn't get cut in half. I think the image of her just being pulled off is really pretty good.
Yeah, his one true love. They just absconded with her.
Do you think this is what was supposed to happen to him?
Yeah.
They just switched it.
Mm-hmm. I think he's supposed to sacrifice himself nobly to save her.
This is so much better than that.
Absolutely. For one, you don't see it coming.
No, not at all.
Because she's the star of the movie.
I've seen this movie at least 2 other times. And I've
seen it definitely 2 other times, possibly 3.
I think you've seen it more times than that.
I think I've only seen it 4 times now.
Vin Diesel fan 49, really?
I'll tell you what.
Tell me what?
I was talking to Callie. I was like, we just watched this 2 years ago, and I've seen it before. I wonder if that's good enough to actually do the episode.
Are you going to fake it out?
I was gonna. No, of course not. I watched it. I almost went on and watched the rest of them too, but I ran out of time. So she's dead. Vin gets on the ship with the imam and Jack, and they go, "Why aren't we taking off?" And he goes,
"Well, no, they start the plane up.
Yep.
And then he shuts it off.
Right.
Oh, man, is he going to kill them? Throw them out there? What's happening?"
Fuck that. He wanted them to gather, so he burns them, and then he runs through them. I'd be afraid crashing into all those things would be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Maybe they fly into the engine and...
I killed 7 of 1 million of them.
And crashed. My bad. And that's the end. Whatever. Pitch Black's fine.
You said it's good.
It's good, but it's long.
It's, yeah, if you shaved off 20 minutes, it'd be a lot more fun.
Cut 2 of the characters and just get right to it.
The action and stuff is... It's entertaining, man.
It's fine.
They do a decent job. I feel like the characters suck, though.
I think it's a reasonable enemy.
Vin and Radha are interested.
It's not like a fucking xenomorph, which just wrecks shit.
It's pretty close.
It's sort of close.
It's basically.
It's only because they're defenseless. If you went in with, like, somewhat of an arsenal,
yeah,
you just wipe those things out.
For one of the Space Marines.
Just get a couple of, flamethrowers, Griggs, Biggs, I don't know their names. And just fire shit up. Drop a little napalm and smelling it in the morning,
I think you'd need more of you'd need a big group.
It doesn't seem like there's...
I guess if you went down there in daylight, why would you ever go there at nighttime? If you go there in daylight, you just go down to those caves.
Well, but
you can melt them all.
But it's not the whole planet either. There's a lot of them, but they're in a central location.
Well, how do you know that?
I don't buy that they killed all those big animals, though. Those things were huge, and there was a ton of them.
I mean, why would they eat them? But why would those big animals exist ever if those monsters ate them?
Well, because they get 22 years to get big.
But then they would be wiped out, though.
You'd think.
Everything would be wiped out.
You'd think.
Stupid.
And
stupid movie. Stupid.
I like it because it's just a sci-fi movie, man. You don't get a lot of that shit. No. And Vin Diesel was good about that.
I thought I liked it. It was okay. I really thought I liked it a lot more. I was really pumped for it.
20-year-old me was like, fuck yeah, man. But I'll never watch it again. I mean, I might, but I'll never
watch it again. Yeah.
Good stuff.
What do you rate the movie?
The movie, I'm going to give it a 6.
It deserves a 6. You're right.
I was like, 7? No. Can't go there.
7 means it's like a good...
7, you're right. 7 means like there's something... I mean, not that this is irredeemable or anything. It's just...
It's not that good. It's
I don't even know if I would actually even recommend it. If somebody's like, I'm looking for like a sci-fi movie and I haven't seen Pitch Black, I'd be like, that's all right. For Radha's performance, I mean...
6?
Yeah.
It's fine.
I like that she's doing action.
She's a better actor than Vin in this.
Oh, God. That's it. Vin is just in tough guy mode. Look cool, sound cool. They hide him a little bit before they really reveal him, and he's just a real slick boy,
Slick boy?
Yeah, but she's having moments. So that's a roundabout way of me saying I give her performance a 7.
Oh, really? A 7?
Yeah.
I give a 6. You give a 7. Pretzel crunchy. All right, let's Pitch Black.
We're on social media.
Oh.
We doing filmographies everywhere. We even reached out to our boy, Elon Musk, and he agreed to up the characters in one's name. But only for us.
So we doing filmographies on Twitter. Pretty good.
Yeah. And he's paying us.
I didn't know about that.
There's a sweet deal I worked out.
I mean, he seems like a pretty cool guy.
Do filmographies. And, hey, we got a hotline.
763-634-1897.
And you can email us. You want to email us? I mean, you can call us. You can email us.
Mm-hmm.
We won't answer the phone.
Mm-mm. It's not even a phone.
I was going to give up my email. We do filmographies@gmail.com. We did a short film tonight, and I feel like it threw me out of whack and robbed me of my steam from the other two movies.
It was a long road to get here, too, yeah.
Great. All right, we'll see you next week with Cowboys and Angels. Is that the next one? Is that the name of it? That's gonna...
Cowboys and... That can't be right.
Is that the one that's like a guy has to choose between two women, and one of them's Radha Mitchell?
Why do guys always have to choose between two women and one of them's Radha Mitchell?
Well, I mean, often it's a woman has to choose between two guys. The guy from the city and the down-home countryman.
And none of them are Radha Mitchell.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you are very much correct. It's called Cowboys and Angels.
Woo!
She plays JoJo.
It's gonna be a good one, guys.
God, is this a period movie?
No.
In that somebody has no period?
Fuck, I'm about to piss my pants.
Oh, Mia Kirshner. She's the other lady. Well, all right then. Catch us next week. He's been Jason. I've been Jules. Adios. Ciao. Mush mushy.
Arrivederci, baby.